Welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. What am I going to play? I'm probably very tilted after last Phantom Sealed, which was number 3, in which I had the QP in my hand. I had the plan, I knew how to attack to win, and I randomly didn't play the swamp before the attack, so I couldn't attack for all the damage and I lost the whole tournament. That was not what I needed, but it was all my own fault. And I should be at 7 QP now, but there is no peace for the wicked, and this is the only time I have today to get in another game. So I have to run in another tournament. I wasn't decided whether I would draft or run a Phantom Seal, but the opposition in this Phantom Seal seems, if not less skilled than in the Swiss strat, they're at least not better. The last guy was pretty good, but I still had him dead, and I played fantastic magic in, I think, please let me know if I didn't, in the Phantom Sealed number 3, but it was to no avail because of that single mistake. And now I'm almost starting to think that I don't want to win. I want to go through this. That's actually a known phenomena in poker, that you want to lose and you want to hurt. You get into this sort of masochistic mode where you yourself want to lose and you make decisions that will make you lose. And I might be in that state now. But I will try to focus and I will try to win. Did I choose the wrong event here? No, there are still 4 players in the Swiss draft queue, so this is probably the right place to be at. Running these Phantom queues, the Phantom Sealed decks, is of course very good training for the MOX, if I should make it there, as the MOX is M13 sealed. And I did play a MOX with M13 Seal, the first one I played back in September after I earned a lot of QPs from playing Trinket. So, and I went 6-5 in that Phantom Seal, and at that time I wasn't as good in M13 as I am now. And I think other people are also a lot less skilled in M13 than I am right now. So I think if I make the MOX and if I can retain focus, it is in the middle of the night, so it will be hard, but I think I have a good spot, a good position to make a killing in the MOX, and this is good practice. And if I would make a mistake such as the one I made in Phantom Seal number 3, I would probably hurt myself in some way. 12 tournaments without the QP. Tilt is very close. But here we go again. Because the way to grind, the way to get your QPs is just you have to play a lot. And eventually you will get the QPs. So the draft started and the Phantom Seal didn't. But I think I'm still more comfortable playing Phantom Seal now, because you can only lose 4 tickets and not the full 11. And I am obviously not at my highest EV right now when I make mistakes like that. And it's about to start, and we must forget all the stupid things we have done, all the mana screws we've had, all the top decks our opponent have made. Because now it's a fresh tournament, and it's a tournament we have to win. Let's do this. You know the principle of this format. Try to avoid blue. Try to avoid white. Unless it's paired with black. Try to play green. Play your bombs. Door to Nothingness is not a bomb. Let's check the rares. You're probably only Krenko is Krenko and Predatory Rampage. Now we're talking. Swings is a bomb. but like the very, very worst. Oh, he isn't a bomb. I'm just kidding. But he's a pretty good creature. So let's see what else we have. Let's look for red things. Oh, Arm Stealer. Battle Jester goes well with Mr. Krenko. Definitely a goblin deck here. I think Mindclaw Shaman is not the best card. Rancor is the best card. No, it isn't, but it's a pretty good card. Force Mage didn't get a single ring. Bailoth. Double Gorger doesn't look very good, does it? Do have the red land. So let's see what we have. Triple Velkin turn and 2 Windrakes. My god. And Switcheroo. Jesus. Can you play Spelltwine in maybe in the sideboard? Maybe in the sideboard. No, you can't play it in sealed. Say you can play it in sealed. I think you can play it in sealed. Interesting. And the Harbor Bandits. Play your bombs, they say. Murder, Vampire Night Talk, Bloodhunter Bat, Essence Drain, and double. This is a lot of playables. I just had like no playables in the last draft. The seal I gave away. But Predatory Rampage will win games, and Krenko's Command will win games. Lots of blue flyers, they will win games, but there's nothing spectacular in white. So even if white is a sturdy color, we will not play it. I'm looking at the curve for triple Titanic growth. Is probably not very good. And actually green doesn't look that good, because it has no cheap drops. So do you have to rely on what? I think I'm not playing green, even though I have Predatory Rampage, because Predatory Rampage goes along with lots of Timberpack Wolves and stuff. So what's this then? These are still 29 cards. It doesn't have much of a curve, does it? Well, it just gets better if you take away the blue. But then you have an 11 creature deck. That's never the spot you want to be in. But it's quite a deck. And you could splash the Switcheroo and an island for the Harbor Bandits. So what else am I playing here but creatures? I'm playing Rise from the Grave. I don't like Kindle Fury very much. I think I'd rather play a Mind Rot, as I do have Rise from the Grave. What do you think? Is this a deck? It looks very expensive, but it is sealed deck, so you are supposed to get away with that. Hello. That's pretty sloppy. Muckwader is very strong. Then all the goblins are very strong. I don't like the Battle Jester much, but will I go down to 10 creatures? Actually, I hate him, so I will go down to 10 creatures. So now I have 10 creatures and 13 spells. So who am I switcherooing? That's a very good question. So I'm probably not playing switcheroo. That way I'll play another Mind Rot. Which means that I top deck really poorly. I don't have an Exalted. But I do have a lot of removal. Is it an 18 land deck? Probably is. To get to the 5 drops. Murder, Essence Drain, Turn to Slay, Chandra's Fury. I should probably cut the Chandra's Fury. And play a creature instead. And I think Mr. Battle Jester is making his way into the deck again. I can't bring myself to play a Tormented Soul, and he's like the only alternative. There is like a blue-white flyers deck here. Definitely. And as an exercise, I am gonna build that. So, M13 Phantom Draft number 4. Phantom Sealed. Why do I keep saying draft? And this is the black-red deck. Okay. There's probably a way to do this quicker. So what was really splashable in that other deck? Okay, we are playing. Double Knight of Glory is pretty good. I have 4 Exalted guys here. This is the stronger deck, isn't it? Nah, just kidding. I'm not gonna play that crap. These are 24 cards and 19 creatures. I have the creatures to hold the ground. I have the Exalted guys. So what's my sorcery count? Hello, what are you doing in the deck? Okay, you were the Welkinter. 1, 2, 3. It has no removal. Except Encrust and Switcheroo. It does have a fairly strong air offense. With 6 flyers, 7 flyers with the Swings of a Tune. 9 flyers with this. But the War Falcon is only activated by 3 guys, but that seems to work actually. So 19 guys. But the air assault thing, it isn't working very well for me lately. This is a much better curve than the other deck. Okay, what's the spell count? Show of Valor, Safe Passage, Switcheroo, So I can't play these two creatures because they're just bad. And that's of course a problem. And it's actually a super big problem. Because then I have to play crap. And I have to play 2 more cards. And with 3 instant resources I can't do this. Even if I have 70 creatures, I'm gonna have to play something really bad. And I'm much more comfortable playing the red-black deck. So let me know, and remember when you give your opinion on this, that I am a stronger player of red-black. And 11 creatures compared to 19. And a horrible mana curve. And I'm still gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna play another 5-drop. 1 Mind Rot, Rise from the Grave, Essence Drain, Harbor Bandit, Vampire Nighthawk. $22 cards. What am I missing? Whaleborn Goal. Chandra's Fury in the sideboard. Is there a way to make room for another creature? It's actually 12 creatures because of Krenko's command. 7. Yeah, we are gonna play 18 lands, right? And we're not gonna play a foil island, because that sort of shouts that we have. Is this an 18 land deck? What do we do with the surplus mana? We make Harbor Bandit unblockable, we kill guys with Arms Dealer. As we don't have Exalted guys, we are not playing Tormented Soul. And we want to get to this removal spell, so we are playing 18 land. Without a good mana sink. So for the sideboard we have Chandra's Fury, we have Mindclaw Shaman, we have Duress, Mind Rot, Wild Rebirth, and I want to think about the deck that is actually vulnerable to Whalebone Gold, but I can't figure out one. So this is the deck: black, red, 1 island for the Harbor Bandits, and go! So that was an interesting exercise to look at the blue-white deck, and maybe you would have played it, tell me. But I think I worked on that decision at least and tried to make a good decision. And that's of course a learning experience in itself. Here is King Joker 75, and he will be my first victim on this way to this QP. And I'm a violent deck, so I want to play first. This is an excellent hand. 2 5-drops is probably something I should expect to see in the deck, and I will just enable Cowering Fear as soon as I can. I know my curve is pretty sketchy, so the plan now is to kill everything and win with Blood Antibat. And the thing I fear the most in the blue-white deck was that if they had like 1 Griffin, the whole deck would die. because I couldn't do anything, and that has happened to me with the blue. But this deck can do things to people. This deck is an evil black-red deck, and I am an evil black-red person. And today I'm gonna play slow, don't make mistakes, and in critical times I will take my time to make the play right, and don't miss playing a swamp. Though I don't have a Liliana shade this time. I'm playing white-green, which is somewhat good, I think. Now I have the Cowering Fear here for something. I will probably kill something small, especially an Exalted dude, something just to make use of my mana. He does have some Petal Grow, and I am vulnerable to a green-white deck, especially one that gets to start like that. And this is the power of green in this format, that sometimes green just crushes people like this. And I'm now playing defensive, taking 6 damage a turn. I will start, I can turn one of them to slag, but yeah, and then I can block with the Bloodhunter Bat. But then I don't have anything else. So if he plays like a Primal Hunt Beast now, it could very well be the game. And that blue-white deck would not have withstood the attack of the Timberpack Wolves here. Another Timberpack Wolf would be really devastating. And that's why they are fairly high pick in drafts if you can get the first one. This makes that thing immune to turn to slag. And I don't really have anything that does anything to that kind of size of creature. So I'm just gonna take 7 damage here. So I can get him to 3-5 with the first removal, but then what? Okay, what I have to do here is to kill the first Timberpack Wolf with Cowering Fear, and then turn to slag the other. There are so many ways that could go wrong, but that is what I'm gonna do. And that makes me unable to play the Harbor Bandit. So I'm gonna accept the beating, and any combat trick now will save him. But I need to do something about the current situation. So I'm blocking this Timberpack Wolf. I'm casting Cowering Fear, which also saves me 1 damage. And I 2-for-1 myself. But hey, it worked. And then I'm turning him to slag. Hoping that works. And it did. And then I have like an 11 turn clock with my fantastic Harbor Bandit. And I must remember to use Evolving Wilds for that island. And Duskdale Worm, good game. And okay, well actually this time Boundless Realms could work. This could be like the time when Boundless Realms crushes me. Because he will now only draw business. But it's usually not the time when you have 7 mana and things are going down. That's not the card you want to have in your deck. And the good thing to take from this is that now Boundless Realms will work for him and he will keep it in his deck. But it is such a bad draw. You really want the 7 drop to win you the game. And that's not what that card does. Okay, let's charge him. And let's not pay extra mana for it. We are sure he's just green-white anyway. But now he'll draw business every turn. And our only hope basically is that he draws 1 toughness creatures that we can kill. Drawing the island will help as well, of course. And Evolving Wilds immediately grows the Harbor Bandit. What is this? Okay. Well, bombs are good in sealed, and this is the sound of my dream dying once again. And I'm 0-1. We haven't seen, we saw Farseek, and actually using Mindclaw Shaman to get the realms would be kind of fun. I hope the game forgets about Trample, but probably does not. And I'm dead. I have Essence Drain, Cower in Fear. Can I deal with that thing? I definitely need another Mind Rot, because he's sitting on a lot of cards. He's white-green, so what's I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting upset again. Chandra's Fury wasn't the best. Chandra's Fury, Mindclaw Shaman, Duress, Mindrot, Wild Rebirth, Whalebone Gold. No, I'm not gonna take out creature. I'm gonna overrun him. I'm the aggro deck. I still have ways to deal with the Hydra. And I could win this. This looks like a very, very strong hand against a deck that can't deal with creatures. But I'm sure there's a way for it to lose somehow. Though I can remove 3 of his early plays. Do I have the time to remove an early Hydra? Yes, I do. But so he will not play it until he has 7 mana. And I know he's playing unusable cards. Where's my rating going? Oh, I played all this much and I'm still not even at 1700, so it's not going very well. Well, I'm gonna Krenko's next turn. White, green, no, there's no way he could have Acidic Slime for the island. So I'm gonna keep the island in hand. And just curve out nicely here. And of course they are overpowered by anything now, but at least they are the removal spells we need. Drawing Krenko now would be fantastic. Krenko is actually somewhat like the Primordial Hydra, I would say. Except that he is less vulnerable. He's pretty much equal in power to the Hydra. Except that we are not drawing Krenko. But we are curving out nicely here. Maybe he doesn't have a play here and we can get to do 2 damage before he crushes us. No, he has a play on turn 2. But his play on turn 2 is Farseek, which is of course really bad for us, as we know he has quite powerful huge cards. I don't need to play the Arms Dealer here. And I think I'm making more effective use of my mana playing the Muck Wader. This would be quite a dangerous play against a deck that had damage, but this guy doesn't have that. Now we will stop the assault, but I can play Arms Dealer and use him on turn 5. So I'm confident with this play. If I draw a swamp, I can hit for 5 now. If his hand is just 7 mana stuff. Actually, he will probably win if his hand is just 7 mana stuff, if he has the land. And here is Attended Night, the Crushing Dreams. I'm not gonna attack into first strike, so I'm gonna play the Cannon Minotaur, and then the Arms Dealer will be a surprise next turn. Hopefully together with the Swamp, so I can attack. Because I think he will attack with the War Falcon. And then I can Arms Dealer, sacrifice Goblin, kill the Attended Knight, and then attack with Muck Wader and Canyon Minotaur. That's my ideal next turn, but of course he has a play here. The Force Mage, that's just 2 extra damage. I think he's the control deck in this matchup, so I don't think he will be able to rush me very efficiently. Here. Wow, he is rushing me. That's kind of interesting. Maybe he has the oomph to do it, and he is ahead in the race. Well, well. If he attacks Exalted, will kill. He could have a Titanic Growth, but I'm gonna give him that. Because if he attacks Exalted, we can kill. If he doesn't attack Exalted, we can also kill him. So if he doesn't have a growth effect, he is caught between a rock and a hard place. This way. Yeah, that was a wasted turn for you, sir. Force Mage. Okay. Well, I think I'm just sitting back here and killing something at the end of his turn. try to create an advantage. Die, Mr. Bailoth. That's an unfortunate card to draw. This also means that we are still on the defensive. Unless we take out the Exalted guy. I think maybe that's what we do, or not, because we can always block. Block the Attending Knight with both and kill him and take out the Exalted guy. That looks like a plan. We lose the Minotaur and we lose the Arms Dealer, and we'll be left with Muckwader and Rats against Force Mage and Soldier. It's decent, especially as we are drawing 2 cards soon. Because I want Knight of Glory and Attending Knight off the table. Because he now thinks he's immune. To death. But he isn't. And I think that was an unfavorable trade for him, except that I'm trading my 3-drop for his 4-drop. And he does kill the Canyon Minotaur first, but I'm still gonna regenerate because he could do like 1 damage there, and I have no reason not to regenerate. Please play nothing. And of course he has a giant guy. Oh, he has the Hydra. And it's a 5 Hydra, so I'm dead. I could draw... I took out Chandra's Fury, right? So I better find something fast. That's not it. And I'm just dead to Primordial Hydra. So let me know if you think there was a way I could have won this match. Because I sure can't see it. Even if I top deck Murder here now, it's I will be at 1 life. Okay, who can rise from the grave? Crap, crap, even more crap, and crap. And yeah, I'm dead. Okay, I can't afford not to continue to play in this tournament, but I really hope I lose next match, so I don't have to sit here for 2 hours to win 1 pack. What's the financial situation? This is not a loss. I counted 26 tickets. Plenty of Gate Crash boosters, but it's a loss to sell them now. I guess they will be worth 4 tickets in a few months. Look at this. This was a great article. Marshall Sutcliffe, the host of Limited Resources, writing about the re-evaluation he has needed to do on Gatecrash Draft, and this actually opened my eyes and made me curious about playing some Gatecrash drafts. So yeah, look at that article. I did, and I liked it. I don't like this draft, and I hope it will start soon so I can get it over with. I know there's not a QP here for me. I had my chance today for my 7th QP, and I fucked it up. Yeah, this is going to time. Someone has been eliminated. What? How can he have been eliminated while he's still playing? Have I lost connection? That would be awesome, because then I would get a refund. But we seem to be connected. How can the round still be going? Taz has been eliminated. And the round is still going. How does that even work? Well, that was an even worse mistake than the one I make. He accidentally dropped the tournament. But the match is still going on. Okay, I'm happy to hear that someone has a worse day than I am. Now I'm going to get a new cup of coffee and try to win myself an M13 booster with which to lose some drafts later. I told him that he could ask for reimbursement. Ask an orc for the reimbursement link in the tournament lobby. I offered to witness that he accidentally clicked the drop button. But you must accidentally click it and then accidentally click yes. But of course that can happen if you play several events, or if you're signed up for several events, but you should just not be signed up for several events unless you're very sure about stuff. Adventuring gear, why does that never see play in Pauper? Looks pretty strong, except that it's like a bone splitter pretty much, and it should be like ruled, like dominated by bone splitter. Bone splitter. Pepper smoke. Well, go fairies. And we have to wait until this match ends by itself, but he's no longer in the match. And as I said, this is my final tournament before the downtime. By the end of first week, I don't know when I'm able to post this, but the first week ends with 6 QP. And even if I've lost 13 tournaments in a row, which sucks a lot, and I spent 4 days not gaining a QP, I have 6 QP after the first week. And that is pretty good. And I will miss 3 days next week because of Easter, but I think I will have a good chance of getting to 15. One Dutch is our second enemy, and I hope I don't time him out and then I lose in the last game, because that will be a great waste of 3 hours. But the way I have to see it is that every minute I get closer to my next QP. And next time I have the chance to get the QP, I now lost 4 matches that have been about the QP. So 4 matches where just one win, just winning the match would have gotten me the QP. But I just have to get into more chances. Would you like to mulligan to 6 hearts? No, please. I'm gonna play 2 swamps, have a Cowering Fear. We probably do nothing against the green deck. Unless he has a weenie color. And the weenie color is white. There are some guys in black that died to Cowering Fear as well. But in white, definitely some people died to it. And we are the masters of M13 because we don't play stuff until turn 4. And now he hopefully has a play. He has spiked Baloth. That guy is pretty immune to Cowering Fear, but he's not immune to this. And I will I trade here, or will I kill him with turn to slag next turn? No, he's gonna play another green guy. I will kill him with turn to slag next turn. But he has a Rancor, and I have Erase in my sideboard. If he plays nothing else this turn, I will be pretty happy. What is in his hand? If he saves his Spiked Baloth here, I will have to block it. Because I have no other way of dealing with it. Show Valor noted. And after I blocked it, I can rise from the grave the Bloodhound Bat. Which should be good for laugh or two. Block it! And I'm done no matter what he does, so I F6. And he died. But here's something else. And maybe I should really rise from the grave the Spiked Baloth here. Yes. He will do another 4 damage. And Cowering Fear doesn't seem to be doing much. That was as expected. Now we'll trade again. If he doesn't get to draw a card of the pack leader, I'm very happy. He looks like the deck that should draw cards of pack leader. And of course he has double Show of Valor. And that is probably the game then. Not yet. One more mana I could have Krenko's command, but and I could have dominated the board had it come earlier. Just killing stuff that was rancored. But now even Rise from the Grave is gone, so yeah, that will not happen. He has 5 cards in hand. I haven't done anything to him. So yeah, it's quite evident that he will win here. And I'm thinking I need to go to the... And this is the power green. I think I need to go to the blue-white deck here. Because at least that deck could fly over and kill him, but this deck is simply just outclassed by his deck. I'm gonna block with one Goblin and Cowering Fear. Or am I just gonna block with both Goblins? I'm probably just gonna block with both Goblins on second thoughts. If he attacks, I doubt he will. Of course he will, because he has a Rancor. And just now one... Well, Cowering Fear just got better. So I'm gonna double block and Cowering Fear. And I'll be at 4 lives. Which means that the Titanic Growth now kills me. I wish I had... He still has 3 cards. He must have another color. Now I have a 6-turn clock. That is actually a 5-turn clock. So that might work. But I'm at 4 lives. And if his last color is red, then I'm in pretty bad shape. And this looks like something that will outclass Harbor Bandit. Yes, it is. So I will now block with the Harbor Bandit and Chandler's Fury. And that will leave me at 1 life. I might play the Crippling Blight here actually, because then if you cast an Exalted guy, I don't die. But on the other hand, if you cast Exalted guy, he should have cast that Exalted guy, so I won't do that. But I'm really worried about what's in his hand. And it must be like a 1 toughness creature without Exalted for me to live. And I should probably just concede and leave this tournament. But I am staying here to fight! So this is me blocking. Yeah, and it has a Titanic Growth too. Okay, I'm going blue-white here. Good games? No, that was just the first. I'm going blue-white because I think I could, but how do I get past that spider? I do it by... well, this will have to be done fast, because I never saved the blue-white deck. Wait a minute. Okay. Yes, I'm going blue-white. Do I have the time? Splashing black. Erase. More Falcon, Knight of Glory, Elven Squire, Knight of Glory, Show of Valor, Sunstriker, Sunstriker, Guardian of Croatia, Guardian of Croatia, Safe Passage, Swings of Attune, Switcheroo, Windrake, Windrake, Encrust, Watercourser, Velkinturn, 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 Fogbank, Kraken Hatchling. 28 cards, cutting Show of Valor. Cutting Encrust. Cutting the Watercourser. Cutting that thing. Bringing in islands, bringing in 3 swamps. Adding 4 islands, 6 plains. And then another island plane, right? We did have an evolving wild somewhere, didn't we? 50 seconds. There it is. I did board it out. Please, fucking software, respond to my command. Evolving wilds. Plane. Submit. Yeah, that could have gone wrong. I should have saved the deck. And here I am without white mana. Let's hope I draw it. I got the goddamn foil island. He has so many boost spells. I will save this deck between the sideboard if I win now. And if I don't win, it's just over, so... I think I deserve a white mana here. But instead I draw all 3 black mana, and that shows you why you don't splash. Because you will lose games to mana screw. Centaur Courser, which I'm just unable to deal with until next turn. Which is when he grows. So yeah. If I had a white mana there, would be awesome. But I didn't. So I'd probably lose. Maybe he taps out. But if he taps out, it's for something good. So that will hurt. Actually, the Guardians will hold back the Centaur and require a growth spell. And now it doesn't have a growth spell. So I'm probably taking out the Crusader here. He will grow out of control. But my 3-color deck will probably be punished. And there is a strength in 2-color decks, absolutely. I don't think I can raise here without the white mana. But if I draw the white mana and then play 3 Exalted guys in a row, then I no, I probably won't be good. He will be playing Spider now, and then it's over. Hello, Mr. Spider. Now I can't raise him, even with an Exalted guy. So I'm gonna block the Spike Baloth and eat... and eat the growth spell. I know he has so many growth spells, but I can't raise 7 damage. I have to stop him. But I'm dead again. And this deck went 0-2, 0-2. I know this is pointless, but I will block here. Oh, no attack! Please, no attack! Please! Okay. Just kidding. And with the growth spell I'm dead next turn, but he didn't have one. So what I want now, I want to plane and I want to play Swings of Tune, and then I could win. Except the fact that he now has the spider. Or a Westwood Gorger. But he can't get past the swings. And I'm 1 mana from the swings, but I'm dead to a Titanic Growth, so yeah. This pushes my seal deck percentage a lot lower than 50% of matches. Maybe he doesn't dare to cast the growth here, but he will dare it next turn. On the guy that I don't block. But, oh, of course, he doesn't have the growth. But what's in his hand then? My chance of surviving here is very slim, especially since the Sphinx needs to block. This is why Sphinx is so bad in this format, and that it isn't a true bomb. So what do I get? Crap! Well, I'm gonna take the land. I have an 8-card hand. And I'm gonna throw away the Evolving Wilds. No, I'm not gonna throw away anymore. I'm gonna throw away the... Actually, if I untap now, I have Safe Passage. So I'm pretty safe. If I untap again. And I play the lands, I'm throwing away an island. Oh, why am I F6ing? That's just unnecessary. Do you think he'd draw the Show of Valor? I know he did. But if he didn't, I might turn this around. And there we go. Thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Dan, and I just O2'd this M13 seed.